Hey everybody, how y'all doing on this Wednesday? What's today? July 16th. I didn't get a video out over the weekend. You probably noticed that already. But I was out camping and, doing a little R&R in nature. So I apologize for that. I apologize for not getting a video, but I don't apologize for going out in nature because I think we all can use a little bit of a break and reprieve from the world's craziness. But that was what was so great about being gone. It was you kind of turn off all the noise and then you kind of just get like, what is it that you really want to focus on? And I just love nature. I love checking it out. I like feeling grounded. I feel connected. I feel abundant. And that's really the space that we want to get into. So I will be doing the 10 card reading. Plus I'm actually going to pull maybe 1 or 2 cards, maybe 3 out of the Enchanted Map deck too, just to kind of give some more clarity on the energy of this week. And so if you're into this kind of stuff, please feel free to share it with somebody you think might find it interesting. And also, too, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps boost the channel, and I will appreciate it so much. And I also appreciate all of my subscribers that do watch this already. And so anyway, let us begin. Okay, the first card is the Queen of Winter. Okay, so this is all about minding your thoughts. Okay, I just literally was saying, like, I went there to clean out my mind. That's exactly what this queen does. She is all about getting rid of things that no longer serve her. She's had them, she's learned, she's witty, she's smart, and she don't need anybody's help. She can do it on her own. But this, to me, this is about what I just kind of said, like maybe it's time to really clean out your mind and be very mindful of what you put in there, because that's where everything starts. Okay, when you want to manifest anything good, it starts with your thoughts, because your thoughts turn into feelings, your feelings turn into energy, just like your thoughts are energy, and then you kind of get those actions with all of that stuff, and then it's your results. So do you like your results? Do you like what's going on in your personal world right now? Do you like what you're seeing? Because life has a way of being a mirror and reflecting everything that you feel, think, and have emotions towards is literally, or your beliefs, I should say, is literally what the world reflects to you. So we have that. Let's see what the next card has to say. What's the energy that we need in order to, maybe clean up our thoughts or whatever. What are we not doing, or what do we need to do? And that is take gratitude. Okay, this is also that take time to smell roses, kind of like I was just saying. I went camping and I was out in nature. This 9 of Autumn is all about just sitting back and really expressing gratitude for the things that you do have and what's been going right in your world. And when you start really focusing on what gratitude you have, again, it activates your reticular activation system, and then you start to see more things to be grateful for. So that is what we need to do when we're cleaning out our mind space and energy to, like, what is going on? Are you listening to people complain all the time, or are you listening to somebody who's uplifting, who is working on being better or working on themselves? I am a big fan of personal development, always have been. And honestly, when I really start focusing on all of that stuff, life is just better. It just is better. It doesn't matter what's going on around in the world. It's that inner happiness and that inner peace that you get from inside that no one can take away, regardless of what's going on in the world. And so I would implore you to get curious about what is the world reflecting back to you that you might want to change if you don't like what you're seeing in that proverbial mirror. Okay, foundation, King of Summer. This is kind of the root of it. I think what we're seeing is, we've got this whole mindset of what we're hearing a lot in the news is the greed, the shadiness, the people who are not trustworthy. But you know what? There's a lot of trustworthy people out there. You just have to find them and surround yourself with them. And this is the root of it. We want to get back to that space where we have compassion and empathy and have somebody we can trust. So that's what's kind of triggering this. So you might have had some stuff going on in your world where you just couldn't trust people. You've lost your trust and you want to gain that back. This is what we do. We kind of clear out all of the negative thinking. We clear out all of these things, because remember, thoughts and beliefs are something you just think about all the time, right? Then you believe them to be true. They're thoughts that you've thought about a long time. So we've kind of lost that trust in somewhere, in some place in our life, that we want to see it back. And sometimes when somebody has wronged you, it's hard to get that out of your head. And I get it. I'm through it myself. But that is what we're trying to get back to. And that is the reasoning for, why we want to change. We want to get back to that place where we can trust people and we feel confident around people, and that we find our humanity again. Okay, so what is around the corner? What was before? Okay, what we've learned in the past, okay, is ego. We've learned that when we're stuck in our ego and we allow all these outside forces to hinder us, it's just, we don't feel good, right? And also too, this ego thing is we've learned from that. Like in the past, I have definitely gone deeper into personal development, energy work, and all of that when things get chaotic in my life, because we get complacent. When things are going good and wonderful in our life, we kind of get complacent and we think, oh, I don't have to do this anymore. I did check, so I guess I'm done. Well, no, we're never done. We are always going to be a work in progress until we're dead. So, and death just means leaving this planet and leaving this body, because your soul doesn't die, it transforms, because energy does not die. But what we've learned is when we get in that fear-based thinking, we can get out of it. And these are the steps on how to get out of it, okay? So not all things are bad, even when we feel like we're going through things and we wish, like, how did I get back here again? Let's go back in time. What was your mindset? What was your energy like? And then you get those results. So the good news is you can always change it. What's for the higher good? For winter, take a break, go on vacation. See, this is how energy works. I literally told you I was on vacation. I literally told you how to get grounded again and clean out my mind. And the higher good is that we do need these breaks. You got to take a break from life sometimes, from your life, maybe from your own mind, okay? So meditation has always been something that you can use that really quiets the mind and allows you to clear out that negative drama. And I would suggest you do it. Time to take a little break, okay? What's around the corner? What's around the corner? 2 of Summer. But it's actually in reverse, it's upside down. And these cards really aren't read that way, but I'm going to go with it since I accidentally shuffled them wrong or something. So there might be some things that you need to let go of, some partnerships that might be holding you back. And I know that's kind of hard, and maybe it's just taking a break from them, because again, when you're around somebody who's constantly complaining or is very negative, that negative energy it kind of activates your reptilian side, and that's our go-to for survival and stuff like that. So it gets triggered pretty easily. So you might want to consider, who are you hanging out with? Who are you listening to? Why don't you turn on something a little happy? Why don't you feed your brain some positive material instead of the negative stuff? So we might want to break some ties with some of those negative thinking. And again, it could be just you breaking ties with your own negative thinking, okay? So what's your superpower that can help you really move this energy along? Okay, because this is a collective energy, and Spirit wants us to know that we're capable of change, we're responsible for our own happiness, and we all possess all of these positive things inside us. We just need to awaken them up, okay? Superpower, 5 of Summer. Well, that's kind of a bummer. So I guess our superpower is, yeah, we get disappointment, but then we realize, it's not that deep, okay? There's a silver lining in every cloud. This card is, yes, life comes with contrast, okay? We live in a world of duality, so where there's happy times or sad times, but how do you bounce back? How are you resilient? Because adaptability, resilience is the key to success, okay? So with that, this is going to be your superpower. You're going to realize, all right, blank happens, poo-poo happens, so now what? Okay, you can bounce back, look at that silver lining, and that's going to be where you get curious. Okay, wow, I've had all these bad things happening to me, so I'm the common denominator, so what do I need to learn? Then you look for the silver lining, which is the lesson. That's going to be your superpower. It's not going to maybe feel that great, but you know what? In the long run, it's going to be very beneficial for you. So what are the outside influences we have on this reading today? Four of Summer. Okay, so this whole reason for this newfound cleaning out your mind business is because we're not satisfied. We're not satisfied with what we're hearing in the news. There's a lot of negative. The news is always negative, okay? So there's this discontent feeling that the outside world is bringing to us that's leaving us melancholy, which is really inviting us to check in with ourselves. Whenever something's negative's going on, we want to check in with ourselves to see like, is this what I want? So again, don't look at it as a bad thing. It's more like a wake-up call. Okay, so what are our hopes and fears? Princess of Winter. Okay, so again, when these things are going on, this Princess of Winter is the hopes or fears. Okay, how would I say that? Okay, so with the hopes or fears in this position, sometimes we get news we don't like, right? But again, maybe it's news you needed to hear. And the reason that you're needed to hear is so that you could get your wake-up call. This is your wake-up call. Unfortunately, we don't always like wake-up calls because they make us or force us to change if we want something different. But it's kind of like an indigo child, too. It's kind of more like, well, you needed to hear it. It's blunt. And I guess this message is, if you really want control of your peace and happiness, you better quit waiting for other people to do it. So I guess I'm your Princess of Winter right now, telling y'all what you need to hear, because unfortunately that is true. It is true. Okay, and so what is the outcome of this reading and this energy, and how the energy is flowing and how it goes, is Eight of Winter. Okay, so Eight of Winter is about feeling stuck. All right, so this message is about if you want to get unstuck. You see how she feels? Can you see that? It's so glary. I don't know how to make it not glary. She is on a little block of ice. She doesn't even realize she could step right over to that other ground where it's more solid. And so that card will remind you that you have the ability to do something. You might be lacking in your self-esteem at the moment, but you're capable. And I just want you to know that anytime we have a reading like this, where it might feel like we have a lot of sword cards in here, because the winter's kind of like the swords, that it's kind of more on the, I don't know, might feel not negative, but I think in this case, it's an empowering reading where you might feel like you're trapped, but the reality is you're not. It's how your brain is trapping you. So this message for this week, for this Wednesday, and going on for, actually, this is just one of those overall readings that can kind of be at any time. And it is all about knowing your strength, knowing that your hands are not tied, and you do have the ability to make things better, but it's ultimately your choice. So let's just pull a card. So let's just pull a card from the Enchanted Map deck. We'll see if we'll pull three or not. Okay, and see how we can move forward, just a little bit of extra oomph to get us how we can move forward from being stuck or feeling like our ego's getting in the way, or we need a break from all of these things, even though we know we want to get back to someone we can trust, but we know we have to break some ties. It doesn't feel very good, but sometimes you just got to do that just so you can regroup. You can go back later, but not right now. We need to get our mental strength up in a more healthier position. So, Gentle Gardener. Gentle Gardener is all about what are you planting in your proverbial garden, okay? Be gentle, be kind. This is an opportunity to start building and planting the seeds that you actually want to see come to fruition. And this energy is right spot on with that, okay? You need to be mindful of what you're putting in your garden that you want to see grow, okay? Because it starts with you. everything in your life starts with you. Okay. And then let's just see what the next card has to say. Spark. Okay. You might have felt like you were dim, but you know what? We always have a little bit of spark, because again, energy doesn't die. So once you start planting those seeds, I bet you that spark is going to start to grow. And once it ignites, it'll take off. Okay. So it's not lost. It's not lost. And then let's see what this last card says. Follow the leader. Again, who are you going to follow at this time? Are you listening to negative people and spiraling down the rabbit hole of all the negative stuff and being put in that box that's like drowning you? You know, I mean, that stuff's contagious. So it's up to you to decide who you're going to follow. And I would implore you to follow somebody who's a little more uplifting and has a little bit more hope, and somebody who's very trustworthy and that's not going to hold you back. You want to be around people that are going to build you up and motivate you, and you be the motivator too, that people want to listen. And I can tell you right now, when people start complaining or blaming or making excuses, you might want to take a little bit of a break. Okay, because you're going to fall down that little hole, and then you're going to get triggered to look at stuff, and that's not going to build you up. We want somebody who's going to build you up, who has your best interest at heart. Ooh, that's a good one right there. Okay, so see, so we have the gentle gardener. I guess these cards might have faded out a little bit. I mean, that was follow the leader, sorry. The gentle gardener and spark. Your spark's not gone. So all of these things are, the message for this that Spirit wants you to know is the control and power you have over your being. Your happiness, your stability, your wealth, your health, all of it. So with that, I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to sign up for my newsletter, I do a blog occasionally. I've been lagging, but I've been going through a little bit of a shift myself with my business. So please bear with me. But I have other previous blogs you can go check out that you might find interesting at wellnessgardentoolshed.com/blog. So, and also, if you need a little help boosting up your energy, we have bundles that help for prosperity, health, happiness, and love. So anyway, of course, we all just want people to get better and use the tools to help you focus on the prize, because it really starts with your energy. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.